just moved into a new apartment, hence the new surroundings. And with this new apartment, I wanted to be able to set up another green screen. The one I had before was kind of taped to my wall. The one before that was made out of PVC pipe. And now I don't have enough room for either one of those. I don't have a wall behind my setup, and I don't have, like, it's in a new area where my fiance is going to be like, I don't want you to put a fucking PVC pipe piece of shit, like, in the area. So I kind of needed a new solution for a green screen. And there was either one of two options. It was either get something that I could put up and, like, hang from the ceiling, but then we got, like, these two hooks in the ceiling, and then it kind of wouldn't look good. And you know, there's all that kind of stuff when you're living with a lady that kind of wants everything perfect. So then I found this online, which is a green screen that is kind of like in its own like shell, and then you can open it up, carry it around. It's portable, and then you just pull it up whenever you're using it, and then put it away whenever it's done. And so I ordered it. I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and unbox this. Okay, so first things first. This box is huge. I showed up, I got home, and this box was just, you know, sitting there, and it's a pretty big box. Like, we're looking at, it's 5 feet, it's almost 6 feet long. Like, if you were using me as a comparison, like, that's how big it is. And I'm 5'7", so it's a pretty big box. Like, I could probably fit in this thing afterwards. But it's pretty big, and it's about 7 inches by 6 inches. So, and it's, for me, it's not heavy. It's kind of a light thing that you can move around, but it also, as you can see, I'm straining a little bit with one hand. It's kind of a little bit heavy, and it doesn't say on here how heavy it is. It just says that it's heavy. So let's go ahead and open this up and see exactly what's in here. Okie dokie. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so these things just come off, I guess. Oh, well, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, so it wasn't even, like, secure at all. Like, after you snap off those things, the box is just kind of open. So let's get it. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the whole thing. Alright, so it's wrapped in a plastic bag. It's got tape around it, so we're going to need those scissors again. Oh, it smells good. It smells awesome. I love the smell of new products. Okay, let's go over these glamour shots, you know, where it's like, whoa, man, look at that. That's super pretty. You know, like all the big YouTubers do. And we got ourselves a hard plastic back on it, which, well, on the sides, I guess you can say. There is some hard plastic here. The frame itself that it's being contained in is a very nice and sturdy metal. Like, this does not feel like it's giving way at all. Like, that thing is fucking awesome. The only way you could probably really dent it is dropping it really, really hard or hitting it on, like, the corner of some other metal thing. Or hitting it with like a hammer, and I'm not going to do that, so yeah. Normally I would do a test like that, but I kind of really like the way this looks so far. I don't want to mess it up. The buckles on it right here that are holding it closed are a nice metal. These are not like cheap plastic or anything. Like, they definitely went above and beyond to be able to make sure that this thing is, you're getting your money's worth for it. It's got a little instruction here on how to properly slide the feet out. The handle on it is like a rubbery plastic with what looks like underneath. Those are metal fasteners that are into the screws here. So it's not going to, it doesn't seem like it's going to, at any way, shape, or form, like come undone unless you unscrew this here. And that's on both sides there. So that's a really nice feature that's actually metal. You can hear the spring mechanism in it as you rattle it around. That's a little bit of a downside because it doesn't seem like you maybe silently move this, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. The other back here where the hinges are, again, more metal. There doesn't seem to be much plastic on here, except for the end pieces, which I'm guessing is just to prevent it from being entirely metal and being super heavy. The feet on this thing are actually a plastic, and it is a hard plastic with little rubber feetsies here, little
rubber doodads that prevent it from sliding around. But this does actually feel like a hard plastic. Again, this is not a like cheap plastic. Same thing on the other side. Let's go ahead and roll this baby over and then get these things adjusted here. It looks like the feet are just on a like one screw system, so that might prove to be troublesome if you know, I don't know, maybe if it tips over or something, it might, that screw feels like it might, since it's only one screw, that could do something. But it does look like there's also metal on the inside here, which will prevent that from stripping or coming undone. It looks like the plastic is right up against the metal here, so as you see, as when you rotate the feet, like it does give that. But I mean, no one's going to be looking on the bottom of this, so like I don't see what the harm is. They do swivel all in 360 degrees, so you can keep going with them. But what we're going to do is we're going to slide these feet out. We're going to flip this guy over, and we're going to open it up. Alrighty. So, flip this one open. Flip this one open. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and open this. Oh, damn. Whoo-wee. Handle here. This is actually it feels like a plastic coating over metal, or it could actually be an entire plastic piece, so that slightly concerns me, but it also doesn't, because I mean, usually plastic things don't just immediately break, but then again, it is kind of concerning. This is metal, and then we got the green screen here, so let's go ahead and see how easy it is to open this up. Okay, I thought it was gonna like slide back into place, but apparently that's Jesus Christ, that thing is massive, and it's actually pretty damn nice. Like, that is ridiculously nice. Hold on. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the material of this, because again, I've said before, oh, that feels nice. I've said before, like, my previous green screen was it was 2 pieces of construction paper pretty much, and one before that was cloth and PVC pipe. So this feels, there's a little bit of like a thing there, but you know what, no big deal. This looks like it's like, I don't know what this material is. I feel like maybe Mylar, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen other green screens that are like that. But I mean, it's super easy to slide out. Let's see about putting it back down. Oh, you just push it. Okay, wow. And it just goes right back in there. Like, that's super easy. You want to open it. I probably shouldn't rack my nuts with it. And it just stops wherever you want to, which is actually really nice. And then just give it a push and... Woo! Okay. Don't do that. It doesn't... Apparently it doesn't have like a stop at about this area. Yeah. So I feel like the stop is about right here. Here. Yeah, about once you get to about maybe 2 feet or so, it seems like it's gonna automatically like suck itself in. But yeah, let's look at the back and see exactly what we're looking at when it comes to the mechanics behind it. We are looking at, oh, if I knew how to use a tape measure, it would be great. It's about 5 feet 4 inches, give or take. So you can easily like stand. Again, I'm 5'7", so you can easily stand this up like in a corner if that's the only space you have. But mainly, this will fit perfectly underneath a bed, because this thing is, the height of this is a little bit over a little bit under 5 inches, and that's, I mean, you could put that almost anywhere. But mainly, it's going to be going underneath the bed. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and then figure out how big this thing actually is. God, that is just so satisfying to slide it up like that and it just stays. You know, at first I'm kind of hesitant that it's going to just fly back in, but it seems to be very much intact. So when it's fully extended, not the green screen itself, but the entirety of it is going to be, it's a little bit over 6.5 feet tall. The whole thing. The screen itself, if you don't want this black bar in the way,
is looking at about 6 feet 2 inches, and that is as far as it goes up. Width, it's about 4 feet 9 inches, which, I mean, that's a lot of space. Like, that's definitely a lot of space to, you know, talk, that's able to, you know, move your hands around. Like, normally when I'm doing any of my green screen stuff, I have to, like, keep my hands within, like, this distance because of the distance that my green screen is from me. And if I go out, it's going to, you know, my hand cuts off. So now it's like you can easily sit in the center of this and have exaggerated blah blah blahs without, like, the screen getting cut off in your camera. So that's really nice. Now I'm going to do a stability test to see exactly if this thing will fall over or not. So pushing it, like, forward, it feels like it's got a, I don't know if that's meant to be, but it feels like it's got, like, some kind of a system in place where the feet are staying still, this is staying still, but the whole screen itself is kind of swaying forward. This piece right here is going forward with the mechanics in the back. But it doesn't really seem like a, oh shit. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, which is awesome. Yeah, no, this isn't going anywhere. You can push that, and that thing's not gonna fall at all. Like, this is really stable. It's really nice. Even hitting it isn't going to cause this to fall down. But let's say that you're sitting there and you accidentally, like, bump into it. There you go. Like, it's not gonna retract on you or anything. It seems very, very stable. Jesus. Okay, so the back of it. These are the mechanics we're looking at. It's got a, all of this is metal, except for these little guys here, these guys here, this here, where they are housing the metal rods that they can slide through easily. This is all metal down here. But, I mean, the mechanics behind it is actually really awesome. Like, it's such a simple system. I guess it's called, like, a scissor system. Whatever, like, you know, like scissor lifts, like when you go up into a tree or something, never mind. But it's actually pretty nice. Like, how easy this is and how I didn't think of it before. And then all this kind of goes right back down into there. It is kind of noisy, which is something that I'm not necessarily a fan of. Like, I like things when they're nice and, you know, they'll just do what they do while being quiet. But, like right there, and I think that has to do with the spring that keeps the green screen taut in place. So, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I mean, it's just one of those little cons that I have. And also it could be something that's not with every green screen, so that could also be the case. But it's nice that you just pull it up and it just kind of, with these, whatever those are called, like pressure pistons or something, it stays in place, you know, which is nice, because you can put it up to any angle you want, whether you're going to be lower to the ground or if you're going to raise it all the way up. And then it maxes out right here. Here we're going to be setting it up and see how long it actually takes. So you bring it out, put these feet, that, and you're ready to film. And that took no time at all, and it did not stress you out, and it's just easy. You put it away. Oh, hey, by the way, mom's coming home. You got to clean up the playroom. Hurry up, we don't want her to see that we're filming a news broadcast and we need the meteorologist section. And boom, all gone. Okay, on to some final thoughts. Pros and cons. Pros, appearance. This thing looks beautiful. Like, not only does the package itself look amazing, but then the green screen itself is just, it's a nice, clean appearance. It's just super clean, super, like, beautiful. There's really nothing else that you can describe this as other than, like, aesthetically pleasing. Like, Like that, it's really aesthetically pleasing. And for someone like me, where you want to have like a clean setup, this looks professional. It looks clean. You walk into a studio with, if someone says like, "Hey, does anyone have a green screen?" You walk in with this, like that's gonna definitely turn heads. Like, wow, that thing is beautiful. When it comes to sturdiness and stability, construction, this thing is made out of a lot of metal. I mean, a lot of metal. Even the top bar of it is made out of metal. So that is definitely a sturdy construction. It does not feel flimsy at all, like at all. There's not a single piece on it, except for, I mean, even this handle feels like it's a super like thick plastic. You know, I said before that it's a, actually hold on, can I could probably take this handle off if I wanted to. Penny, can you please get away? Apparently cats like it too. But the construction for it is super sturdy. It's not flimsy at all. Like everything feels nice and secure. Everything feels well built. It doesn't feel like the cheap Chinese knockoff. Like this is definitely like grade A materials that they were using there. For portability, you really can't go wrong with this. Like it's got its own built-in handle. You don't need to like secure it with anything, and you can just pick it up. It's super lightweight, and not super lightweight, but I mean it's light enough to carry from one room to another without struggling. Like this is, if you can't carry this, then I mean there's something wrong. But it's super lightweight, super portable, super easy to use. You can put it away, like I said, under anything, in a corner if you wanted, in a closet. I mean, it fits in a closet perfectly. Like this is just, you can't really go wrong with that. Cons, I'm thinking that cons are probably, it's not the quietest thing. Yes, I mean, you can hear the mechanics in it. So the spring that's in it that keeps the green screen taut when it goes in, you could definitely hear that. So I mean, it might bug people if you're in the same room as them and they're trying to sleep. I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of how that would come into play. I just personally don't like that. But it's something that I'm going to definitely overlook because the rest of the construction is so beautifully done and everything about it is beautiful. And it's really not that big of a deal. It really isn't. I'm just nitpicking here because I'm trying to give you guys who are trying to think about buying this every little aspect of what is going on with this thing. There's not really there's no cons to it. I really don't think that there is, besides the sound of it. This thing feels like you can use it once and put it away in a closet for 5 years and be able to pull it out and use it again. You can use it multiple times and it probably won't break. Like there's nothing wrong with this. But I do have to find cons for it. But I can't. I just can't. And, you know, if you want to get a nice green screen, they do say that the price tag on it is like, I got it for $150. I think the normal price tag is like $199 and it was on sale right now. But it's so worth it. It really is worth it. This thing is just, it's beautiful. Like, that is so easy to do. Before, I would have to take an entire setup made out of PVC pipe and pick it up and move it and then put it away, and it just looked ugly, and then you also have to deal with maybe like curtains that would hang behind you. But it's that simple. If you need a green screen, I don't know why you wouldn't get this. And I'm not being paid by ElGato. I'm not being paid by anyone to say that. I'm just like, this is just a work of art. It really is. And now I'm just repeating myself, so I feel like this review is pretty much done. If you want it, you can find it on Amazon. Sometimes people say that it's out of stock, but I mean, I got it right now. Like I said, it was $159 plus tax, so it came out to like $170 altogether. But I believe this is completely worth it, 110%. It's strong construction, portable, lightweight, easy to use. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like 5 stars all the way. Get it, and if you don't, you're stupid.